change that? Oh, you can't change? Oh, come on. Oh, there you go. And then, what the fuck? What's this? Okay. How do I change the title? Because it would be quantum mechanics. There you go. It would be quantum mechanics chapter 2. It should be uh, aerospace engineering chapter 1.3. And the same thing will go for here. Oh, where's the okay? This will be 1.3. And let's go. I'm just going to copy this to LaTeX. So I know some people said I just copy paste. Let me just show you what I do. Because I can't code LaTeX because I've never learned how to code LaTeX. What I do is where is select all, copy, and let's go all the way up. And then what I'm going to do is just learn and learn, like understand what's going on. Because this is not how the book will look like. I'm going to modify, but this is for my own study. So I'm going to do a snippet and maybe explain what's going on and let me understand what's going on and stuff, right? Nah, I can't let her fall off. Can't let her fall off. She's forcing herself to stay out. Nope, not gonna let that happen. I said this to Valerie, just put some trust in me. As long as you have me, everything will be good. As long as you have me, everything will be good. I'm telling you, everything will be good. Let's bring that and bring that. Minimize that, minimize that, minimize that. Boom. All right, so let's begin. They said modern adaptive rocket guidance and aircraft. Okay. Um, what's going on? Just less English. Like at least like less English. What's going on? Okay, let's just read. So, modern adaptive rocket guidance systems and aircraft stability theory are deeply connected through the mathematics of restoring motion, disturbance rejection, state estimation, dynamic stability. Oh, timer. So, let's just see what's going on here. This is not cybersecurity, it should be aerospace engineering. So, so this is at 39 seconds. So, step one, 39 seconds. So modern adaptive rocket guidance systems and aircraft stability theory are deeply connected to the mathematics. We'll keep that. We'll modify that to the mathematics of restoring motion, disturbance rejection, state estimation, dynamic stability. Although aircraft stability and rocket guidance may initially appear different, both systems attempt to solve the same engineering problem. How can the vehicle remain stable and return towards the desired trajectory after disturbances occur? So in aircraft stability theory, the disturbances are often represented through the angle of attack, the pitching moments, the aerodynamic center shift, center of gravity. And in an adaptive rocket guidance, the disturbances may include wind gusts or thrust uncertainty, aerodynamic coefficient variations, atmospheric density. Both rely heavily on restoring dynamics, stability derivative, state estimation, feedback correction. So long story short, long story short, any any rocket guidance systems. So this is step one at 1 minute 47. So 1 minute 47 seconds. So any rocket guidance systems, any rocket guidance systems, they're connected to restoring motion, they're connected to the disturbance, they're connected through the state estimation, they're connected through dynamic stability. So what are they connected to? Like any rocket guidance system will have what? Will have one, two, three, four. One, two, three, four. So they're gonna have the restoring motion, restoring motion, dynamic stability. So restoring motion, dynamic stability, disturbance rejection, state estimation. Disturbance rejection and state estimation. Right. So these are the stuff that any rocket guidance systems should have, will have in general. Right. Right. So any rocket guidance system, it doesn't have to be a rocket itself. So any aircraft, anything correlating to aircraft. So any aircraft. Now, what's the question? So at 3 minutes 36 seconds. Now the question that lies is what? What's the question that both aircraft and the rocket will have? The question both aircraft and the rocket will have. How can the vehicle remain stable and return towards desired trajectory after disturbance occur? So can how can an aerospace vehicle return towards desired trajectory while the disturbances are while the disturbances exist? While the disturbances exist, right? So to understand one thing, like what is disturbances. So step three, what are disturbances? So what are disturbances? You have wind, you have angle of attack, you have the pitching moment. Now, I know that the disturbances in airplane and disturbances in airplane and the disturbances in rocket are different, meaning rocket has more disturbances compared to an airplane because rocket do not have wings like airplane does. But the core aspect of the core aspect for difference between both the aircraft and the rocket are the same. Although although aircraft and rocket, the disturbances that exist in them are different. The disturbances that exist in them are different. The disturbances that exist in them are different. Both the aspect of the aspect is same, right? Like because both of them will have disturbances. The both airplane and the rocket. Okay, what's this? Yeah, there. So both airplane and the rocket. So both airplane and the rocket have a common ground here. Airplane and the rocket, this is at 423. Airplane and rocket will have a common ground. So what are the disturbances? So angle of attack. We're going to combine all those. It doesn't matter because both of them are correlating to each other. Angle of attack, a pitching moment, aerodynamic center shift, center shift, center of gravity moment, center of gravity moment, wind gust, uh, thrust uncertainty, thrust uncertainty. Then you have aerodynamic coefficients, aerodynamic coefficients, and you got the atmospheric density change. Because that also happens simply because if you go up, right, there's an atmospheric change. Atmospheric density change. All right. So we got an idea, right? Yeah, there's a lot of words. I know that. There's a lot of words. There's a lot of words. I know that. That was the entire plan. Just copy it, and I'm going to understand and say, like, can you explain using examples and stuff? Like, okay, can you explain like core? Slow down. Slow. Can you explain slow? Easy. What is going on? What is going on? Like, what do I have to know based on the abstract? So, what is it I have to know? What do I have to understand based on the abstract I copy? One by one, slowly. And also add like 3 or 4 examples. No, 4 examples. Let's do 4 examples to make this explanation better. So we are trying to connect the aircraft stability with the rocket guidance stability. So using one core engineering idea, the disturbance and the restoring response. So that's the entire philosophy. So what is the disturbance? A disturbance means something that pushes the vehicle away from its desired motion. So for example, if you have an aircraft, the aircraft will have wind gust, sudden angle increase, the turbulence. The rocket will have the thrust variation, the crosswind, the aerodynamic uncertainty. Yeah, we know that. Yes. So pretty much this is what disturbance is. So this is section one. section 1, step 1. We can copy this. So we already explained what the disturbances were. So I can just duplicate that. So simple aircraft example. Actually, you know what? Now let's copy this. Copy this. Convert this explanation into latex code. Then what I'm going to do is go here. Where's? Don't worry, I know how to do that. I would have to do this. So after here, oh sorry. Section 1, surely. I meant section 1 explanation only, not the entire thing, please. All right. No, I didn't understand. This convert. Okay. Explain this section step by step. Easy. Let me understand with 4 examples and convert it to latex code. Mm. Aircraft stability theory. Static stability is determined by dCFM by d alpha. So static stability and rocket trajectory stability. Wow. So static, this is 128, static and rocket stability. So so in static stability, in stability theory, the static stability is determined by is determined by dCFM by d alpha. CFM is the pitching moment and alpha is the angle of attack. Okay, understanding the angle of attack. So angle of attack is the angle between airflow direction and wing direction. So angle of attack. So this is 20 17. What is angle of attack? Angle of attack. Attack between the airflow direction and wind direction. So suppose wind suddenly pushes the aircraft nose upwards. Pushes the aircraft nose upwards. So for example, I have one question. How do I can you okay, so this here. So what I've never done image because it usually doesn't support, but let me see if it works. So this section here, can you generate an image? And how do I copy the image on latex code and have the image visible? Like, is it possible? I don't think it's possible, right? No, I know that generating image is possible, but is it possible to copy it here? I don't think so. So let's say, for example, you have wind suddenly pushes the aircraft nose upward. So let's say, for example, this is the airplane and the wind is gushing, right? So 22, 12. So the wind is gushing, right? And because the wind is gushing, it's going to force the aircraft nose to go upward. So let's say the aircraft nose is upward. This means the angle of attack is increased. And this, the del alpha greater than 0 mean angle of attack increased, right? So what does the aircraft do after the disturbance? Now, oh, okay, so now the fact that they know that angle of attack is increased, what is the aircraft supposed to do? What is the aircraft aircraft supposed to do? So the quantity C of m represents pitching moment coefficient. Pitching moment determines whether the aircraft rotates nose upwards or nose downwards. If the aircraft automatically produces a restoring nose down motion after disturbance, then the aircraft is stable. I do not understand that. Okay, they gave an example. So let's say the angle, the del alpha is plus 4 degrees, so 4 degrees increased. Then the del cm will be less than 0 because to keep it stable, which means it should what like the pitching moment, it'll generate a nose down pitching moment, so which means you're gonna have a nose down restoring force, and it's gonna reduce in regards to disturbance, which creates an equilibrium. So if it goes up, it's gonna force the pitching moment will force itself to stay stable. It is going down, but because it's going up also, but at the same time it's also going down, right? So yeah, like how do I copy this? How do I copy this image in latex code? Oh, we have? Oh shit, you can do that? Oh yeah, you can do that. I was like, you can't. Definitely you can't. You can. Download it. I was the one who said it this way. I was the one who said it, right?